The holiday deals live on, and in today's episode we're going to take a look at some of the best deals you can pick up on the eShop right now, all for under $5 and all either at a new all-time low or at least matching a previous low. Hey everyone, I'm JP and this is Good Talk HQ. I want to take a moment and thank you all for making this year unforgettable. We crossed over 6,000 subscribers and we met some amazing people, plus we built an awesome community together. I want you all to know that you, the viewer, whether you're part of the family or not, you've all been the most important part of the channel. And to the extended family that has joined us here, you're 100% the heart of this whole thing. So again, thank you, and I can't wait to see what next year brings. If this does happen to be your first time here, welcome my friend. We cover Nintendo Switch games and deals every week and we love sharing the savings with our awesome community. If you enjoyed the video, consider joining the family by hitting that red button down below to subscribe. It means a lot to us and it will enter you in for a chance at the free eShop gift cards that we give away each month. All you have to do to enter is be sub to the channel and leave us a comment down below so we can find your name and add it to the current list. Speaking of which, this month's winners will be announced down below in the pinned comment. Congrats my friends and good luck to you all for the next one. Alright folks, with all that said, let's dive into the video and see if we can save some money together. Much love everyone, as always, stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start off with Lightfall. This is a single-player 2D action platformer with an absolutely stunning visual style from Eshop Games, with a download size around 3.3 gigs and a main story that will last roughly 7 to 10 hours to wrap up. In this one, we explore through the world of Numbra, trying to uncover our past and save the world from an impending doom. It's an eternal night, and we have to use the Shadow Core. This is a magical box that we can conjure to help us move around the different levels and overcome the many different puzzles and obstacles. Along the way, we're guided by our companion, a grumpy old owl named Strix, who also acts as the in-game narrator, and when you finish up, there's even a speedrun mode adding a bit of replayability to the game. If you're interested in Lightfall, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 1st. It's marked down 80% to a new all-time low of just $2.99. Aggelos is a retro-style single-player adventure game with a download size around 230 megabytes, and it has a main story that should last roughly 7 to 8 hours to complete. The game combines an old-school look with modern gameplay and controls, making it one of the most fun retro platformers on the Switch in my opinion. We get to explore a vast kingdom with a wide variety of unique locations, the music is top-notch, and the boss battles were by far the highlight for us. They're all animated so well and it's truly a joy to play through. If you're interested in Aggelos, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 1st. It's marked down 87% to a new all-time low of just $1.99. Cthulhu Saves Christmas is a single-player parody-style RPG from developer Zeboyd Games with a main story that will last roughly 6 to 8 hours, and it has a download size around 1.5 gigabytes. This one features some of the best writing you'll find in any of these parody-style games, and the pixel art and soundtrack were once again top-notch. The game has players forming together a group to fight off the League of Christmas Evil and save Santa in time for the holiday. The game does take heavy inspiration from classic JRPGs from the 16-bit era, but with a modern, fast-paced spin on several mechanics. If you're interested in Cthulhu Saves Christmas, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on January 1st. It's marked down 80% to a new all-time low of $1.99. Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams The Owltimate Edition is a single-player action platformer from Handy Games with a download size around 1.3 gigs and a main story that will last roughly 8 to 9 hours to finish up. In this one, we play as the two sisters as we make our way through the 40+ amazing levels, including some all new ones created specifically for this version of the game. Now you have the ability to switch between the two with just the tap of a button, and doing so will change the entire look of the game as you also shift between two different dream worlds. The game also has an easy mode for younger gamers, great controls, plus the soundtrack again was top notch and it looks amazing both in docked and handheld modes. If you're interested in this one, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 1st. It's marked down 93% to a new all-time low of just $1.99. Elli is a single-player 3D puzzle platformer with a top-down view from publisher Banana Kid and will take roughly 6 to 7 hours to wrap up, and it has a download size around 750 megabytes. Fans of Mario Odyssey and other modern 3D platformers will find some fun with this one for sure. It has a likable protagonist and some cleverly designed puzzles for the player to solve along the way. The actual gameplay is solid and it offers a great platforming experience with tight controls and beautiful scenery. Plus, the design of the levels and the puzzles just work so well together. If you're into puzzle-style platformers, make sure to check out Elli before the sale ends on January 10th. It's marked down 75%, matching a previous low of just $1.99. GoNNER is a single-player action platformer from Raw Fury with a download size around 600 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 9 to 10 hours to wrap up. Now this game is tough as nails and the levels are procedurally generated. In this one, rage is real as you'll surely die a lot, but it's designed that way and each death makes you better for the next run. Before each run you have the option to buy upgrades for the following one, or you can even get some permanent upgrades. So as you might expect, eventually you get the hang of things and you start doing a lot of damage. This game is really addictive and definitely worth checking out. Right now you can pick it up on sale until January 1st, marked down 80%, matching a previous low of just $1.99. Kave Adventure is a single-player adventure game from 7 levels with a download size around 3.2 gigabytes and a main story that will last roughly 5 hours or so to wrap up. This is a fun side-scrolling platformer with more than 35 colorful levels to make your way through in this beautiful prehistoric world. Of course, the most unique feature in the game is that you have the jetpack that you use to travel around instead of the normal jumping or dashing found in most platformers. The boss fights are amazing, and again the graphics are gorgeous here on the Switch. If you're interested in Kave Adventure, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 3rd. It's marked down 90% to a new all-time low of just $1.99. LIMBO is a single-player adventure game from Playdead, the same folks that made Inside, and it has a download size around 120 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 3 or 4 hours to wrap up. The game actually plays very similar to Inside or Little Nightmares, but with a much darker, monotone graphical aesthetic. The controls are amazing and the atmosphere set up by the eerie music is outstanding, however those with arachnophobia should definitely avoid this one. Having played a few games in this genre, I have to say Playdead has mastered these games, and this is just as good as any other out there, and as usual, the puzzles and enemy encounters were top notch. This is another game I highly recommend when on sale, and right now you can pick it up until January 1st, marked down 80%, matching a previous low of just $1.99. And while you're there, be sure to check out Inside as well, it's also on sale. Moon Hunters is a party-style RPG from Kit Fox Games with the main story that will last roughly 6 to 7 hours and it has a download size just under 2 gigabytes. The game is available for up to 4 players in local co-op and it allows the player to create their own legend. The game world is different every time you play, which is a nice touch, and infested with monsters and other baddies all trying to eat you. And when the moon fails to rise, we have to set out either solo or like I said with some friends to uncover the reason why. With limited time before an invading enemy army takes over, you have to hurry. This version includes the DLC as well, so if you're interested in Moon Raiders, be sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 1st. It's marked down 87%, matching an all-time low of just $1.99. OXENFREE is a single-player 2D adventure game from publisher Night School Studios with a main story that will take roughly 5 to 10 hours to wrap up, and it has a download size around 2.2 gigabytes. Now this is a supernatural thriller about a group of friends who mistakenly open a ghostly gateway during an overnight party. The game features an intelligent conversation system that will change the outcome of the story based on your dialogue choices, which I always love. On top of that, OXENFREE is a wonderful experience for fans of old school horror films from the 80s as well. If you're interested in this one, you can pick it up until January 1st, marked down 80% to a new all-time low of just $1.99. Next we have Sine Mora EX. This is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up available for 2 players in local co-op from publisher THQ and offers roughly 5 to 6 hours of main story gameplay. Now this is a remaster of a beloved classic and it has a download size around 1 gigabyte. It features a unique gameplay mechanic in that instead of the normal health meter or health points, instead you have a timer that's affected each time you take a hit. This adds a lot of pressure to complete the mission and can tend to cause mistakes to compound on one another. The game also has over 50 different weapon combinations for use in each of the stages, and it even has an arcade mode for classic fans of the series. If you're interested in Sine Mora EX, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 1st. It's marked down 93% to a new all-time low of just $1.99. SuperEpic: The Entertainment War is a single-player 2D action platformer from Numskull Games with a download size around 870 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 10 hours. The game takes place in the not-so-distant future where a corrupt video game company has taken over control of the masses with addictive and free video games. We play as a young raccoon with our trusty steed as we explore the offices of this corrupt corporation, taking on a wide variety of enemies, epic bosses, and overcoming the puzzles we find along the way. It's up to us to break in and save the world. This is a really fun game, and if you're interested in SuperEpic, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 13th. It's marked down 88%, matching a previous low of just $2.15. Masters of Anima is a single-player strategy-style adventure game from Focus Home Interactive and offers players a main story that will last roughly 6 to 7 hours to wrap up. In this one, we have to defy the forces of evil in massive strategic battles where you control armies of up to 100 guardians. The voice acting was amazing and the cutscenes are fantastic to watch on the Switch. Now there is a bit of a difficulty curve to this one, so be patient as it will pay off in the end. There are a few camera issues, but nothing that takes away from the fun gameplay loop, and fans of any dungeon crawlers or strategic battle style games should definitely check this one out. Right now it's on sale until January 1st, marked down 65% to a new all-time low of just $244. Dicey Dungeons is a single-player strategy RPG from Distractionware Limited with a download size around 1.1 gigs and offers more than 40 hours of main story gameplay. Now this is a deck-building roguelike where you fight your way through an ever-changing dungeon, searching for loot and experience to level up your party. There are 6 playable characters, each with unique playstyles and different skills, giving the game a lot of variety to how you can approach the different battles. If you enjoy a good deck builder, make sure to grab this one up before the sale ends on January 5th. It's marked down 80% to a new all-time low of just $299. Finding Teddy 2, the Definitive Edition, is a 2D retro-style adventure RPG offering more than 20 hours of gameplay with a download size around 485 megabytes. The story revolves around a young girl that's found herself in this magical world called Exodus, trying to find and save her lost teddy bear. While the story is very good, the game does not hold your hand in any way and you'll definitely get lost without a little help, or at least I did. The art style and sound design are great on the Switch, and I promise the puzzles are mind-melting. The game is definitely tough, but the controls feel great, and once you start to figure things out, it really does open up a lot. There's a lot of content here, the enemy types are fantastic, and it really is a cool game and worth checking out while on sale until January 10th. Right now it's marked down 70% to a new all-time low of just $299. Next we have Gato Roboto. This is a 2D retro style platform adventure game from Devolver Digital, who usually does great work on these Switch games. Now this one is a single player adventure that will take roughly 3 to 4 hours to wrap up, and it has a download size around 900 megabytes. I was addicted to this one right away. I love the graphics and the controls feel great. Plus behind the silly title and the retro graphics, which I loved, there's a solid game here with a really fun gameplay loop and an amazing soundtrack. You get to hop in and out of your armored mech suit and traverse both land and underwater in this amazing little platformer, and if you still haven't checked it out, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on January 1st. Right now it's marked down 50% and matching a previous low of just $399. Alright folks, and as always, here are some other games to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright folks, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Thanks as always for hanging out with us again today. You know we truly appreciate it. I definitely hope you had a good time or maybe found a deal or two that you were interested in. Happy holidays to everyone out there, and if you missed last episode, I'll make sure to link it down below. Also, if you get a chance, consider stopping by Little Man's channel. We have more gameplays and daily deals and sales list over there as well. Thanks again, you all are legendary. Have a wonderful week everyone. Much love, and we'll let Little Man take us home as always. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!